So as much as I'd love to tell you there's some beautiful thing for me to teach you here, the only thing I can teach you is my name is Andrew Mudd. I've been implementing AI into businesses since 2023, and I take everything that I've learned from those last few years and put them in the lens of these videos. All right, so GPT 5.5 from OpenAI came out today, and I am a notorious ChatGPT hater for the last 12 to 16 months. I used to be a ChatGPT lover, and then I was a Gemini lover. Now I'm on the Claude wave. But what I'm hearing through the grapevines from this launch today is that they have seriously made a good model, and I am going to set up Codex so that way you guys can see how I would prime a new AI environment. And then we're going to play around with 5.5 a little and see what it can actually do. Now, what I have running right now is a skill that I created to extract a bunch of memory and knowledge and data from Claude, so that way I can drop it into ChatGPT or Codex, or vice versa. You can do this either way, and this skill is available inside of the WAP community. So just go to the WAP community. It's in the Files app, and it's called Migration Memory Kit skill, if you need to know what it means exactly. While that's running in the background, I want to show you what this skill actually includes, so that way you know what its functions are going to be, what it's pulling, what it's extracting, and what you'll actually be putting into your new system. So let's jump into that. All right, guys, so this is the AI Memory Migration Kit file. Now, what you'll get is a skill file that you can literally just drag and drop and open into any LLM. So ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, the other ones. You can drop this skill file in. It will ask you a question or two, and then it'll just start scraping and pulling and gathering and cleansing and organizing all of your memory and data to create a knowledge base for you, your work, your organizations, your workflows, tools, platforms, whatever it is that you do day to day inside of your AI environment. So this is just some general laying the foundation for the skill to understand what its purpose is. So you're helping someone transplant the accumulated context they built in another LLM into a new workspace. This specifies Claude workspace, but for this purpose, we're going to drop it into ChatGPT. So that way we can use GPT 5.5 and see how it goes. Now, all of this here, I can't show it all to you, right? You got to join the WAP community to get all that juice. But this is an in-depth skill that will literally extract, migrate, and transfer all of that memory over for you. So again, I don't mean to be annoying, but if you want this skill, the deliverables here, if you want these, the WAP community link for Abra AI will be in the description below. Just want to clarify, LLMs will give you a prompt that does something like this. It will get it done in like 15 seconds because it sucks. I spent an hour, 2 hours of my time building this skill in extreme detail. It has been extracting for the last 12 minutes so far. So this is not going to be something that's just instant. It is actually going into the system memory, the auto-save memory, sessions, data, knowledge base, extracting that out so it can be valuable to you no matter where you take it. Move my hands a lot here. All right, guys, so once you drop the skill into whatever LLM you're currently using that you want to extract from, it will give you back a zip file. Take that zip file, extract it, expand it, and now all you have to do is drop that new memory zip file into your new AI environment. So mine is going from Claude to Codex right now. As you can see, I have the memory file. These are all of the memory files that I had internally that get updated and added to every day that I've set up. And all of these now are extracted from my Claude and available to get dropped into any other LLM that I want to use. So let's go over how exactly I would do that. First off, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go back to my home page. This is going to be really easy. What I'm going to do, I'm going to drop this whole zip file in. So the zip file is right there. Let's go 5.5. We want to max out here. And I am going to say, I extracted this memory and knowledge base data from my Claude co-work system that I use daily. I would like to get adjusted and set up to transition to GPT 5.5 and drop the zip file in. Then we say something along the lines of, and it doesn't have to be perfect, AI is an NLP environment, natural language processing. It will understand what you're trying to say. The better you can communicate it, the better the output will be. But all you have to do is communicate it. It's not that hard. So I extracted this memory and knowledge-based data from my Claude Cowork system that I use daily. I would like to get adjusted and set up to transition to GPT 5.5 and Codex usage so that I can use these two systems synchronously. Spelled that shit right. Let's go. Or did I? No, I didn't. I don't know. These systems, please review this entire file and save its findings into your core memory file for internal memory base. And once done, please write a custom instruction that corresponds that I can take and put into Codex's custom instructions section. So we're gonna fire that off here. Now, this is my first time using GPT 5.5, so I'll be interested to see how that goes. It's gonna expect the archive contents. I can't write into Codex's hidden internal, but I can create a durable core memory file workspace. Yep, let's do that, okay? I've actually not even used Codex. I've been so heavy Claude, but recently Claude has been fucking me. And not on the usage issue, it's actually just gotten a lot stupider. Like, I try to get it to do things that it's done every single day for me for months, and it has issues now. So I'm just getting pissed. I need to look somewhere else, and 5.5 is apparently pretty good from what I'm seeing on the interwebs right now. And so I figured, let's try Codex. Let's show you guys how I would set up and prime a new AI environment. And then let's play around with it a little bit and just see what we can do. Now, there's plugins. While this is doing its thing, let's look at what's going on here in Codex. So we have plugins, browser use, computer use. Oh, we want to get computer use going there. Absolutely got to have that. Browser use is already on. Presentations, spreadsheets. So they have all of these different things. You can connect it to Gmail, Drive, Figma. Very similar to what you're able to do on Claude Code. I mean, like, these are pretty similar platforms in comparison. Neither of them, though, have lead connector. And go high level, I would love to be able to do that. I'm just having to deal with the API stuff right now. But automations would go ahead and be like your scheduled section in Claude. So where you can schedule tasks and automations and events and actions to happen without you having to be a part of it. So that's interesting, just normal stuff. And then you have your projects. Let's look at settings really quickly. So you have your configuration. Go there, just set that up. So personalization. So this is where I'll put that custom instruction once ChatGPT gives it back to me. That's one of the things I requested from it. I hate the friendly shit. I want it to be like me, right? I don't like fluff. I'm not a small talk guy. Let's get to it. Let's start fucking doing stuff. So let's go pragmatic. There is what I would prefer. Memory, so I will enable memories. Do not generate memories from chats that use MCP, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I don't really care about this stuff. It's fine with me. Why would you not want the memories inside of the artifacts? No MCP servers are connected. So you can add custom MCPs here. I won't deal with that too much right now. Let's just, you have Git, you can push to Git, you can create environments, so just projects, work trees. So that'll be created by Codex. Browser use, so this is where you'll set this stuff up. I want it to always allow, I don't have any domains blocked. Computer use, one thing that I look at includes, okay, all good. They booted us out of our freaking, go back to settings here. So archive chats, usage, all of this stuff's normal. Let's go back to our chat and see what's going on here. So done, I reviewed the full archive and created 2 files, Codex core memory, Codex custom instructions. So the custom instructions, I'll take this, I'll copy this, and I'll go back to my settings, environment, personalization, go here, drop this in. Cool, looks good, save it. And now this should be pretty dialed for us. I also verified new files have no M dashes, blah, blah, blah. I fucking hate M dashes, guys. So I tell every AI system, it's literally the first instruction I give every AI system is, if I see an M dash, I'm gonna crash out. So keep them out of everything that you do. It's just personal preference. I hate it. I've hated it since day one of using AI, 2023. Those are the custom instructions. That's the core memory. They gave 2 custom instructions. Why'd they do this twice? Okay, interesting. Don't know why it's done twice. Interesting when they're Codex. So, okay, based on everything that you just learned about me inside of the memory files, and based on ChatGPT 5.5's new agentic functionalities and overall improvements, what is the absolute best use case for GPT 5.5 and Codex as it relates to Mud Ventures / Abra? So this is how I just start working. Like, I'm not doing anything fancy. A lot of times I'm asking AI to extract answers to questions that I have, so that way it can help me think through them, or I can think through it, and then I come back with an execution plan and say, okay, this is what I would like to do. That's the absolute best way to work with AI, where it's a thinking partner. It's not thinking for you. It's not only executing for you, but it is aiding and enabling your ability to think critically and strategically. So what we've given the task of GPT 5.5 is to find its best use cases for 5.5 and Codex inside of my Mud Ventures and Abra AI ecosystem, which is all related to AI. So let's see what just popped out here. And it's responding pretty quickly, it seems like. So GPT 5.5 as your AI operating layer. Codex handles execution. GPT 5.5 handles judgment, synthesis, and strategy. Now, I don't want it to handle judgment and strategy. It's fine. It can synthesize things. That's what it's good at. I am the best at judgment, and I am the best at strategy. Now, ChatGPT can help me, but I am number one. I really fucking hate that it just phrased it that way. I'll just say that. Not write me posts, help me code, highest leverage setup is a synchronized growth. I do think that I have seen that this is way better with user interfaces. And in terms of browser and computer use, I think GPT 5.5 and Codex are a really strong combination from what I am seeing so far. It's something I really want to try. So it's something we will try, actually. The best practical system, use it as a business execution cockpit. So track 90-day AI visibility plan, research daily AI, here. I do all of this stuff already. I don't really know that I want Codex to do that. I was hoping that Codex would come up with things that are new that it can do. Product and community engine, GHL automation architect, Abra MVP development partner, split, use GPT 5.5 for strategy, offers positioning, content direction, funnel logic, okay. Codex for editing. So, I mean, yeah, right? Like Codex is the execution layer of ChatGPT, which is the logic layer. So you use GPT 5.5 for strategy, offers, positioning, and then you use Codex to implement and execute on those things. It's nothing new. Single best first build, core memory, create a Mud Ventures on a command center. Okay, this actually does seem kind of interesting. Okay, so create the Mud Ventures and Abra AI command center inside of Codex for me. Okay, let's see what that means. I don't really even know what that means, what a command center really means, but it says I'll create this as a local Codex command center, small folder of durable files that Codex can load at the start of future sessions with clear trackers for MudVenture. Okay, interesting. So it's proactively offering to set files and infrastructure up for me. I will say one thing on Claude is that it doesn't really proactively seek things for me. It's mostly a reactive system. That's a lot of the feedback I've heard from the Codex versus Claude cowork or Claude code battle is that Claude is very reactive. Codex is very proactive. And so if you're trying to build and scale things with assistance, then Codex may be helpful if you do lack some of that infrastructural knowledge. Now, I tend to like the infrastructure and strategy that I have in my head, and that's why I work so well with Claude. But this is interesting that I didn't have to come out and say I want to set this up inside of Codex. It just offered to start doing it for me. When I set up all of the scaffolding inside of Claude Code and Claude Cowork, I had to be proactive about getting it done. Everything that Claude did was reactive. And so this is actually very interesting. Explore two lists, ran one command, gonna make a file base, no app dependent, not app dependent. This gives you a portable command center Codex. And so like, I'm not mad at this. I'll be interested to see what this does. I don't really know what it is. It's a file that it will open every time we talk about one of these two things or something. I'm still not fully clear. Can you explain what the full purpose of this is to me and what it'll do? A lot of people ask me, I get texts all day, and I don't mind responding to them, but I get texts all day from people asking me how they can do something with AI. The answer is, just ask the AI. The AI isn't gonna think you're stupid, it's not gonna think you're dumb, it's just gonna do what you tell it to do. Let's steer that and push that in. And so there's no dumb questions when it comes to AI. If you don't know what it's doing, just ask it. It'll tell you. You should know. It shouldn't be a black box that you know nothing about. That is not a healthy relationship with AI. A healthy relationship with AI is you collaborating with it. Okay, what's going on with this? This shot out a fuck ton of files here. Okay, so the command center is a local operating hub for Codex. Its purpose is to stop every new Codex session from starting cold instead of re-explaining Mudventure's blah, 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 blah. Okay, keeps your business context organized, Mudventure's growth work, Abra AI, WAP community, GHL, Substack, Zane. Okay, the next best actions MD file ranks the highest leverage work. Interesting, I like that. That's very interesting. No M to all this stuff. I hate this shit, right? So I like that it picked all that up. Creates a shared operating system between you and Codex. You can say load the command center. Awesome. I'll say I love that. Claude has never offered that to me once. I gotta make sure I'm in the file, gotta make sure I'm in the workspace, in the project, all the shits, all that stuff. Or I have to prompt it and ask it to go back and go to sessions, go through memory, pull this information specifically, do this, do that. I really like how proactive that ChatGPT just was with this. So let me ask it something. I want to create a second AI community manager inside of WAP using the same setup we have for Zane. Can you help me set that up? So I haven't given it a ton of details on how Zane is set up. It was pulled over from Claude. That's where I made it. I want to see if it knows how the existing setup of Zane is done, so that way it can do it on its own. I would be very impressed if it's able to do that. Let's give it a second. It explored the files, it's searching, it's going through. The key design choice to the second manager should not be another Zane. Zane already owns daily tasks. I'm setting this one up as an implementation and member activation member, so it drives retention instead of duplicating content. Okay, well, I'm not mad at that. Now, I don't really know what that means though. So one thing I'm noticing is it will proactively decide to do things for you, and it's not a bad decision necessarily. It's not a decision I made, it's a decision it made. Don't know how I feel about that. I like being in control, but I guess I could always just change permissions too. I did set the permissions up this way, so this is on me. So it's going there. What I'll ask is, what exactly will the tasks that this manager performs be? What will they do? What will they have access to? What will they trigger? So I'm curious about that. Inside the command center, the command setup. Okay. Whoa. What's going on here? Why is it sending all these things now? Yes, I set up this. Okay, I need to look at this real quick. Let's go back. Okay, so create a Mudventures. Okay, we created the command center. Now we're here. I want to create a second AI community manager. So I have Zane in my WAP community. He helps with engagement and looking at what the community's talking about and asking questions and keeping the conversations going between community members. Now, I want to create a second Zane. What did it do? So the recommendation set up here is Myra, an implementation and member activization member. The reason Zane already owns the AI takes news, casual observations, all that. So to actually connect her inside WAP, we need two things: WAP user ID, target channel ID, all these things. Can you use computer and browser usage to go into our WAP and get this all set up? Let's actually try the agentic stuff. Let's do the computer usage and the screen usage and see what goes on here. I can try to set it up directly. I'll first check what browser access is available. Use Chrome, everything there. Steer, push those both in there. Okay, so when either one of these platforms wants to use computer usage, they'll send you permissions. I'm just gonna allow here. You can always allow, enable Codex, allow, won't let me click it. How do I accept this? It won't let me accept this. That's a bit of an issue, huh? Gosh, what if I close it? Try again, it wouldn't let me hit accept. Let's steer this. I'll try Chrome again. Okay, allow. Man, what's going on here? Click on these, I gotta actually go to the settings, bro. All right, bro, come on. Come on, Codex, come on, Codex. Just let me Here we go. Computer use, good there. We all good? Okay, go back now. Click here. I'm trying, bro. I'm trying. Damn, now I'll make this easy for you. Okay, here we go. Am I just getting covered by the... What is going... Guys, I'm gonna crash. It won't let me accept the screenshot permissions. Guys, this is ridiculous a little bit. Codex isn't even on here. All right, guys, so we had to restart Codex so that way we could get the right permissions in there. Now we're back into here. Okay, I was able to accept everything. Continue now. We're back on a roll. Now what we're gonna do is have Codex follow through with trying to build this agent inside of WAP for me. So we're gonna accept these permissions here. All of these are good. Should all be good here. Drag this here. Bro, I just did this. I already did this. It's good. Amazing. So we got it working. Press key in Chrome. So what's happening is now it is going through Codex computers requesting a bypass system. Yeah, that's fine. So what Codex will do now is it will engage with my computer screen. My hands are right here. And it will go through and attempt to create this agent. Now, I didn't give it instructions on how I created the last agent inside of Claude. I wanted to see how it was able to problem solve and what kind of usage it would get from the memory we provided it to be able to piece things together and make it work on its own. So right now what it's doing is just trying to figure it out. Now, these computer use models, they waste a lot of tokens trying to figure things out, click on things, see where things go, all of this stuff. But it looks like it has now found its way to the add a team member section. I didn't mean to click on that. I clicked on that, that's on me. But look at this, guys. By the way, there is the sales call coach skill in here if you want to check it out. Absolute banger, absolute banger. Look, it's just one click away for you, just one click away. But shit, let's get back to home for Abra. Talk about this, go here maybe. Press keys, looking at Chrome. WAP's add team flow is for inviting real team members with roles. Not the same thing as creating an AI persona. I'm checking developer API area next. Go back here actually. So I'm gonna try to assist it a little bit. What we did last time was we created an app and then we hosted Zane, the AI agent, inside of the app. That app acts as a user. The app is not listed on public channels, so you can't like go buy it and use Zane for your own. He's my own internal agent, community manager. Matches the memory, so it can pick up that it does in fact have the flow of how we created Zane in there in the memory. So it's creating the second app integration. So what it's doing here is it's going see what exactly it's going to do. I don't really know what it's going to do. Sometimes I have fun just kind of sitting here and looking at what's going on. Like, you know, I could watch Netflix or YouTube, or I could see what kind of complicated ways that AI is going to try to accomplish things. It's actually one of my favorite pastimes now. Guys, I'm not going to sit around and waste your time for the next 30, 45 minutes while I do this actual execution work. But what I wanted you to see was, one, that we have a skill inside of the Abra AI WAP community that you can just drag and drop between the LLMs that you use to extract deep memory and knowledge and data from the LLM and make it transferable to any other LLM system you want and almost make it like you are not starting from scratch, right? Like you saw what I just did. I dropped all of my Claude memory from the last 45 days into Codex, and then I gave Codex a prompt to create me a custom script that I could give it for instructions inside of the settings. After that, I just started talking to it and communicating it and asking it about the things inside of the memory that I know are there. Once it got familiar with that and I could see that, hey, this actually has a base level understanding of everything I've been working on, then I just started to prompt it with simple places to start. Maybe not something agentic off the rip, but I say, hey, go find this thing. Now that you find this thing, what do you think you could do to improve it? What in your system is best use case for what I am doing and what I am trying to accomplish? Then it'll give you suggestions, obviously. And all you have to do is just talk to it and communicate it and have a conversation. So as much as I'd love to tell you there's some beautiful thing for me to teach you here, the only thing I can teach you is to just start talking to AI. That's all you can do. And as you start talking, you'll learn how it best communicates with you and how you can best communicate with it and how it receives information and how you receive information, and you can start to affect and manipulate the inputs and outputs so that way you can improve them time and time again. And at the end of it all, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you will be massively ahead of any other person who is touching AI because you'll have been doing it for so long at such an effective level. Not high level, effective level. High level makes you think it has to be crazy complex and OD. I say effective level because you don't have to be overly complicated to be effective. And most people get that wrong. They think adding complexity makes the system smarter. Sometimes, and most times, it makes the system dumber. True intelligence is simplicity. So what is the easiest route for you to get the outcome that you want from this scenario? That's what the goal is. And that's all I can really give you as value out of this video. I hope that you learn that we have an amazing skill that you can use to be able to transfer knowledge between systems, and I hope to see you inside the WAP community. But the biggest lesson today is that you just have to start, and you just have to start talking to AI. Doesn't need to be perfect. No one else is seeing this stuff. So you can be as stupid, as smart, as genius, as arrogant, as ignorant as you want to be, and there's no problem with it. So just dive into any of them. Codex, Cowork, Claude Code, whatever it is. I do not care, but you need to start talking to AI today. My name is Andrew Mudd. I've been implementing AI into businesses since 2023, and I take everything that I've learned from those last few years and put them in the lens of these videos. So I hope that you enjoy them. I do help businesses every single day. So if you're a business that wants to talk AI implementation and you need some assistance, I'll have the link for that below. I'll also have the link for the Abra WAP community with the skills available inside of the description. And I hope to see you guys again on the next video.